Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, Louie B.
Yo, welcome to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means, so if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louie B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today, I'm honored to introduce someone again, but let me unveil the surprise. Welcoming back to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, the most electrifying autistic cisgender female in porn, the Puerto Rican bionic booty, supporter of our warriors, the engineering mistress, La Boricua Bella, Mercedes Carrera.
Gracias. Thank you so much for the nice intro. I got a new intro.
Yeah, you got two intros. Like, no one has two intros.
Except for me.
Except for you.
That's awesome.
Of course, I use DMX. I was just trying to make it as gangster as possible.
Well, it was awesome.
Yeah. So. It
was awesome.
Yeah, I tweeted at you because you were like, I forgot the tweet that you had. It had something to do with pedophilia. That you were worried about pedophilia, and I'm like, aren't you a little teensy weensy, too old to worry about someone being pedophile towards you?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. That wasn't my. I don't remember what I said. Actually, what did I say? I don't remember. I say all kinds of shit. I run off at the mouth all the time.
Oh, well, that's all
what
right.
we do. That's what we do as Ricans. That's what we do.
Yeah. No, me, I'm just too busy trying not to get cut. I mean, at work. I mean, I was like, and I found out this was a Puerto Rican thing, but from also another guest to the show, Puerto Rican guest. God, did I? How did I just forget? I just blanked out. I just totally forgot her name. She's on the Young Turks. She's been on the Young Turks.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot her name. Comedian. She's gonna kill me if she hears this show because she's been on this show many times. Well, not as many as two, but like twice. Oh, why am I blanking out so bad? Oh, Ada Rodriguez. Thanks, Victor. Ada Rodriguez. Oh, she has an intro too.
Oh, nice.
So you got two intros. So I guess I am a racist because I only make intros for Puerto Rican women.
That's like such a Rican thing though. That's so Puerto Rican.
To own.
Like I go on your, because it's like, we hit each other up, and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
like, you're Rican, I'm Rican, let's do the thing,
Yes.
we hang out.
Well, when you have it like that, all you gotta say is like, I want to come on the show. Yeah, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no? ¿Por qué no?
Of course.
Por supuesto. Okay. As now I'm flexing right now. I'm flexing right now.
It's awesome. No, it's true though. Like we have our like little club because if you're Puerto Rican, then we're all in the same club.
Oh, Victor just texted me. He's like he identifies as a Puerto Rican woman now. Very good. You better work on your chancleta throwing skills.
Exactly. No, that shit better be like a fucking boomerang by the time you're done with it.
Yeah. Mildred's in the chat room.
Oh, hey Mildred, love you, Mildred. That makes me happy.
So yeah, you wanted to come on. You wanted to discuss Puerto Rico, libertarianism, and our God Emperor Trump.
Yes. See.
Now you're trying to flex to keep up. Pretty soon, the Crouch Out Radio Show will just sound like El Vacilón en la Mañana, and just like I'll be the new Luis Jimenez. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop before I get my ass deported.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be taking you out.
Yeah. So yeah. So what did you think of before we get to the whole Puerto Rico, like what'd you think of those, speaking about autism, those warrior autistics from 4chan screwing up Shia LaBeouf's "He Will Not Divide Us" stream by stealing
I don't know anything about that. I don't know how I missed that.
Oh wow.
I missed that.
Okay.
I heard I've been working like crazy, so I forgot, like I've heard marginal things, but I love the fucking channers. They crack my ass up because I think they know exactly how to upset people.
Yeah.
So anyone who's like holier than thou, more, like, oh, I'm more whatever, any social justice shit, they just get on that. Makes me so happy.
So yeah, I mean, well, let me give you the quick rundown since what happened was Shia LaBeouf was in New York. I actually went to the one in New York, and but like that got took over by Trump supporters, by people trolling him. You'll probably see in the video some dude was talking shit right behind his back, like, oh yeah, I saw Crystal Skull, it wasn't his best, and he just right behind him, just trolling the shit out of him. And they moved that because people there were like fights going on, so they moved it to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the same thing happened. There were fights going on. Trump supporters just went, and it was real life trolling, says Victor. Like they were like, people were getting into fights, so they had to shut it down because there were shots fired. So then he was like, okay, well then I'm just gonna point the camera to the sky with a flag that says "He will not divide us," and which was basically like an "I dare you." So 4chan took that as a "Here, hold my beer." watch this. And within a day of that thing starting, they, just by the video, they were able to, they went back in time pretty much and used astrology to pinpoint where this flag was.
Oh shit.
They went with astrology. They went with like the planes. They're like, okay, the path, you see the planes flying in the video, so what path are they taking? And they actually captured the flag. They brought it down and they put up a Pepe the Frog shirt and a MAGA hat, and they left it there.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, not astronomy. Astronomy. Okay, fine. I said Look, I watch Primo Impacto, and I like to watch wow, fuck, I'm blanking out on names. What the fuck is that astrologist on Primo Impacto? He looks like a woman. Everybody.
Oh, I know who that guy is.
Like all my family, they stop what they're doing. Like yo, cállate la boca.
Exactly. Oh god, that's hilarious.
Astronomy. All right.
Astronomy.
Astronomy.
That's the science version of it. You know.
And Shia was patrolling the area with a baseball bat afterwards. What a dick. Says Victor. Oh god, what's his name? Now it's gonna bug me. Okay, let me.
I'm gonna think of it in a second. But I know who you're talking about.
Lima.
Because my Willie used to watch it.
Yeah. He hasn't actually been on. He actually has not. He hasn't been on. Like he's disappeared. I mean, they're saying he's already dead. What's his name? No, not a meteorologist. Even though they do have Jackie Guerrero is Guerrero. She's hot. Primo Impacto. What's his name?
I don't know.
Fuck. Like, but he's always painted up. He's always he looks like a female. He's like in his 80s, but his wife is like 26. Walter Mercado. That's his name, Walter Mercado.
Yeah. I never knew his name. That's
he's 85. He's Puerto Rican, so he's a Puerto Rican Buddhist.
Of course he is.
He's a Puerto Rican Buddhist.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. So yeah, so Shia LaBeouf was patrolling with a bat. They stole his flag. In fact, people were they took pictures of it. They're like, haha, but within a day they found the exact he was like, it's in an undisclosed location. Well, found it just by studying the stars and the planes and even the weather.
That's hilarious.
And some of the comments that I read were when you this was weaponized autism, when you play capture the flag like a autistic CIA analyst. Like that.
It is weaponized autism. Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's the kind of OCD that only the fucking channers would have, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And this really just blows up the whole thing. Like, oh, they're in their mom's basement. They have way too much drive to be in their mom's basement. Like that takes a lot. That's like a huge work ethic. They got together. They're like, how we gonna fuck this dude's day up? Oh, I know. Yeah. Let's steal his flag. How we gonna find it? Here, I got this.
Yep. But it's fucking awesome. You know what I love? And that's what I love about the channers. And most of the ones that I know that are actually channers are actually people who are like super accomplished, programmers and white hats and shit like that. That's the truth. So I think it's saying that they're a bunch of guys who live in their basement. It's like in their mother's basement. It's like, no, they're actually really accomplished tech people.
Yeah.
Who are really smart and have time because they work from home.
Yeah.
If you're a programmer, you're at home anyway. What's the fucking difference? And most of these guys are insomniacs who don't sleep all night.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just like when I found out, I was at work, I was dying. I'm like, there was this meme going around that with praise Keck written in the stars. And it's like three frogs just running, crying, laughing with like a Shia LaBeouf like angry face, crying, like trying to get the flag back. It was like they did him dirty. But he asked for it pretty much.
Well, that's what you get for virtue signaling. If you virtue signal online now, you're gonna end up being fucked with by 4chan. Welcome to the new reality.
Yeah, I mean,
this is it.
Yeah. Well, virtue signaling is what we used to call caping.
Exactly.
Like being a Captain Save-A-Ho. It's like,
Exactly.
It doesn't, and it's great that it really shows that it will not get you anywhere.
Yeah, fuck them. It's like, to me, I'm like, this is what you fucking deserve.
Mm. So
stop being a fucking asshole.
All right, let's switch gears. So what do you think of Tommy Lauren? Laren. That's how you pronounce her name.
Who?
Tommy Laren from The Buzz. She from The Blaze. She does these like 3-minute videos, like doing commentary. She's a conservative.
Let's see. I actually didn't know about her, so I'm having a like.
Oh wow.
I can't have an opinion about her because I don't know who the hell she is.
Oh okay.
I mean, she seems like a big deal. Like, I just looked her up. It's just this is how out of the, the media loop I've been. She looks kind of like Lauren Southern.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's who they listen to. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's a Fox News. It says here she's suspended from the Blaze following pro-choice comments. Oh, I didn't realize the Blaze was quite that conservative.
Right. I mean, that's the thing when she was on The View, because she's been making a buzz that much, pissing off liberals.
Got it.
I mean, she's only 24. I mean, not that means anything, but it's like when you hear what she says, she's like, "Look, I want the government out of my guns and out of my body." I'm like, "Yeah, I agree." I don't agree with abortion, but if it's your choice.
Yeah, I mean, abortion's one of those issues where, like, on the one hand, like, I get both sides of it, because I get the, hey, we shouldn't kill people, like, I get that, people don't have a choice in the matter, but I also get the, like, well, the problem with it is what's going to happen when all these people have all these kids that are unwanted, and by the way, if we want the government out of our life, how are we going to handle that? Because all these kids are going to be born and nobody can afford them. So it's like, it's a real fucking issue.
Yeah. I was watching Gavin McInnes' show on Compound Media today, and he made this fantastic point. The only people that are hurting, that abortion is hurting, are liberals, because these are kids that would have grown up to be liberal.
Right.
So, this next generation is going to be mostly conservative, because that's who they're going to be raised by, are conservatives that kept them, or libertarians that kept their kids. So, I mean...
Well, I think...
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why they're doing immigration, though. That's why the liberals are so pro-immigration, because immigrants just traditionally are more liberal, because they get more social services. So it's like, but see, the thing is, I mean, abortion was set up to be racist from the beginning. It was set up to cull the black population.
Right.
And anybody who doesn't acknowledge that in the abortion conversation is being disingenuous. Oh,
they do, but they like, oh, well, that was back then. It's not like that now.
I'm like, wait a second, what? Yeah. Hold on, because actually, no, it's still the same fucking way.
Yeah.
It is.
We got Mildred. Okay, I'm. Let me catch up on some of this. Autistic CIA analyst. There's a buzzword dartboard somewhere. Babyface for life says, "Sup, Mercedes, Louie, and Mildred."
Hi, Babyface.
Mildred says, to be fair, he was right. He ended up uniting the Channers. So
he did.
Yeah. So they were not divided, but not in the way he wanted. And
isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. And nobody hurts liberals more than liberals.
It's true.
Yeah. And Victor's like, oh, let me catch up on Victor. He identifies a Puerto Rican woman now. We read that. How is being Puerto Rican on the West Coast compared to the East Coast?
There's hardly any of us out here, so it's so funny because I think we all have like a Puerto Rican like radar. Because I was walking out of this bodega thing, like it's everything out here is like, if there's anything Latino, it's Latino. It's not like Hispanic. Like like Puerto Ricans, like we're so mixed ethnically. We just happen to speak Spanish because the Spanish motherfuckers had the gold. You know what I mean? Yep. Like that's how that shit went. Mm-hmm. But we're not really ethnically.
Actually, they had the lead.
They had the lead. Yeah. Well, they had all kinds of shit that they brought to our island, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not really. I mean, there's just not a lot of Ricans out here. And one time we're walking in this little bodega thing, and this guy's like, "Hey, you Puerto Rican?" Like, and it happens all the time. Like Puerto Ricans are all like, "Wait a second, you Puerto Rican?" Because I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Oh, no, where are you from? And everybody's always from, East Coast. Their families are from the East Coast or whatever. But it's just, we don't have a big community out there. They have a Puerto Rican Day parade in Long Beach, but it's not a huge thing. There's more of us out here all the time, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got family that live out there in California. They just, they moved out over there. But, I got a cousin, but she speaks the Mexican Spanish dialect.
Yeah, that's what happens. You can't. That's the thing. If you speak Puerto Rican Spanish, you're not really understood. So I learned Spanish in school because I actually grew up in LA. So I learned that. So that's another reason that my Puerto Rican family makes fun of me.
Ah. Yeah. Mildred's like, is there a Puerto Rican signal in the night sky Mercedes?
Yeah, it is. It's like a big pastel.
Really? I thought it would be a coquille.
Maybe a cookie.
It's yeah, cookie.
No, but the South Americans have those little fuckers too.
Really?
So they got them all over.
Yeah, but we claim it. We claim it though.
It's ours. It's our non-indigenous frog that took over the fucking island.
Yep, that's the sound of the coquille. That's the battle cry of the Puerto Rican.
Yeah, we're not
Pepe is a coquille, says Victor. Pepe.
See, he's Puerto Rican. No,
Yeah, Pepe.
I have a Puerto Rican Pepe somewhere. Did you see that? He's a very rare Pepe. Hold on. Yeah, I'll find it for you. It's awesome.
Is Brazzers gonna do a virtue signaling porn?
I don't know if they have.
They should really do a socially conscious like SJW porn, and have you there just have Mr. Marcus or Lexington Steele there, and you just bang them out, just call them the N-word, and that's really not nice, Mercedes.
No, yeah, right. It's so fun. People have no idea.
Just shut up, Jigaboo, and stick it in my ass. Oh wow.
But Puerto Ricans we're so not politically correct as a rule anyway. Like some of my family has become more politically correct just from living in the States.
Yeah.
But we're not, Puerto Rican people are fucking not. We don't do that.
Well, I mean,
thing we do.
What we do is, and this is gonna sound like Puerto Ricans do it, but George Lopez, he made this joke. But Puerto Ricans, we refer to people by their afflictions. Is like,
yeah, we do, totally.
Like, is that your drunk uncle? That's Drunky Lopez right there.
Yeah, exactly. No, like the lightest member of my family, we call her Negra.
Negra, yeah. Yeah, no.
Because she's white as fuck, so everybody calls her Negra.
Oh well, we do it the other way around. I got an uncle that's really dark. We call him Negro.
Yeah, you could do it that
Negro.
way too.
I got an aunt that has slanted eyes. We call her China.
Oh yeah, Chinky. Yeah, everybody used to call one of my aunts Chinky. Because she got the Asian eyes. See, that's the thing about Puerto Ricans. I think this is why some of us are just like, what the fuck is going on in America? Because this is not how we think.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were talking about how Puerto Ricans were the first capitalists, and I was going crazy looking for this. Because I like exploring my roots, but what did you mean by that?
Oh, what I meant by it, I was talking to somebody who's a good friend of mine who's Mexican the other day, and you think about Puerto Rico. I mean, the islands themselves, but especially Puerto Rico. I mean, Puerto Rico the island used to be called San Juan, and the city was Puerto Rico, right? So which port was what San Juan is now?
Well, no, the original name of Puerto Rico was Borinquen.
Borinquen, but then after that it became San Juan after the Spaniards named it.
Oh, okay.
And then they switched. Yeah, and then they switched it. Look at that's weird. But my point is, anytime most of us who ended up on the island were like the pirates and the merchants and the slaves and the slave traders. Like we're the people who were moving and shaking. I think this is why Puerto Ricans, they're always wheelers and dealers. Like that's part of our culture, right?
But was it us or was it the Spaniards? Well, I mean, we were the yeah.
Well, think about all the people that ended up in Puerto Rico, all the different cultures. I mean, Spaniards were there too,
yeah.
But the Spaniards all reported to Spain, which reported to the Holy Roman Empire. And most of my family, they come from Portugal. They're Dutch. They come from Africa. They're people from fucking all over the place. and they're all moving and shaking and wheeling and dealing and trading in the islands. At the same time, the Spaniards, while they were there as an influence, they reported to the Holy Roman Empire, so they had a different social structure. So, like, you look at like what happened in Mexico, where they came and they established missions, and they put the locals under control, and this is a very hierarchical system, right? Compared to our island, where I mean, it's a fucking free for all. That's why people like race mixed there, well before it was considered to be socially acceptable anywhere else. If you look at the history of the island, so I mean, it's not. I didn't say it as an empirical fact, but if you look at our culture, it's just fucking capitalism all day long. It's merchants, it's buying and selling and trading, and that's what it was. And there's good and bad to that, but you know, the bad part was the slave trade. It's like if people wanted to buy people, that should happen there. But the good part is the island was pretty much self-maintaining until it was annexed, especially Puerto Rico, because it wasn't as big as like Cuba and Haiti, so they didn't have quite as much agriculture there, so you didn't have this huge underclass of slaves. And most people who'd been slaves, like my family, they ended up being sharecroppers and merchant traders later. So I just meant that I think that's why Puerto Ricans have a very special, unique culture, because we didn't have our influences were different than the other islands where you had different social structures, and that's normal for trading cultures. Whereas like Latin America, I mean, there was distinctly like a mission culture and a slave culture, and I don't think that happened as much in Puerto Rico because people came and went. It was very transient.
I mean, we're very proud people. I mean, like, there's this documentary that I can't wait for it to like be released. I mean, I've been waiting for like 10 years. The title is like ¿Quién es Don Pedro Albizu Campos, or who is Don Pedro Albizu Campos? And he was an activist. He was actually murdered by the state, by the United States. He was fighting for the independence of Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
My grandfather was part of that movement.
Was he a black shirt?
What's that?
Was he a black shirt?
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of shit. That's part of the reason my family left the island.
Oh. Yeah, radiation. Well, yeah, Victor, I was getting to that. Yeah, he was poisoned by radiation by the United States. They were like, because the United States they did a ton of medical experiments on Puerto Ricans, because at the time since we spoke Spanish, who are we gonna tell?
Exactly.
In fact, there were a lot of pharmaceutical companies that moved there, not just for the tax breaks, but you know, they had all these guinea pigs there. They're absolved. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, another documentary that actually touches on that is actually by Rosie Perez, which this was years ago. It came out. It's called Yo Soy Boricua Pa Que Tu Lo Sepas. I'm Puerto Rican since you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I'm flexing again.
Oh no! Look at you. No, but it's true though. I mean, and look at all the damage it's done. And this is what people don't understand about Puerto Rico, is that the Puerto Rican people, like my grandfather, they felt distinctly. I mean, a lot of people who were doing fairly well had their assets seized, including my grandfather's family, when the island was annexed, and then the U.S. started flexing their muscle there. So they basically bankrupted anybody who'd be a threat, and you had these people now who are being, who are beholden to these pharmaceutical companies. There's nothing they could do. I don't think people understand that this wasn't an island that had been under that kind of dominion necessarily. The Spaniards were in and out, but they didn't exert the same kind of control that the U.S. started to. So that's what I meant by the capitalism on the island, because it was pretty much a free for all, and that's why the independence movement. I mean, they almost killed Truman. They were almost successful at killing Truman because people were so fucking pissed about it.
Yeah, which is why they had to pacify us.
Yeah.
Like, oh goodness, in that song, again, I'm going to start flexing again, just warning everyone. That song sung by Mark Anthony, Preciosa, the nobility of the Spaniard, and we have the ferociousness of the Indian in us.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, this is where I think people misunderstand us, because we're not like Latinos, because we were mostly sovereign. Even though the Spaniards were there, we were still, I mean, you had a pirate culture there. I mean, you go to El Morro and you could see it all over the fucking island.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just part of our culture. That's why Puerto Ricans don't do well being told what to do. You're not dealing with people who are part of a mission culture who are slaves to Spain. That's not how we were.
Yeah, once we had enough, it was like we rose up and fought. Even though, unfortunately,
they annexed us, but But that was just because we're too small to have an actual army. And Puerto Ricans weren't necessarily a good army force because fuck it, we live in fucking paradise.
Yeah,
what are you gonna fight for?
So I mean, they had the better equipment though. That's the only reason why they won. That's the only reason why. You know, if it was an even thing, they would have gotten their asses kicked out.
Yeah, I think we just didn't have, I think that the Puerto Rican people generally, because again, sovereignty, people don't tend to organize to fight well either. Like, why buy a bunch of military equipment? People are in and out. I mean, I saw it in my family, like, I have family all over the world that's related to my Puerto Rican family. One of my cousins, her father was part of a Greek shipping company. And then, like, people drop their kids off on the islands. Like, one of my grandmothers raised, like, a couple cousins, because, like, they were part of some other Portuguese family. Like, people moved, and it was different. It's a different culture. Because I have a lot of friends who are Mexican, and their cultures are totally different. And they can actually trace back their lineage to, like, let's say some mission. And we don't really have that. Like, try to find, like, records of Puerto Rican births and deaths, like, pre-1910. Like, people didn't have that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why our culture's cool. That's true sovereignty right there. We didn't owe anybody anything. I mean, hell, my grandparents who lived on the island, they had to get married legally in New York because they weren't technically married. Because they got married like in a church, but you didn't let the state know necessarily.
Yeah, it's none of their business. So, I mean, pretty much, Puerto Rico before the U.S. gave us all these like entitlements and welfare, we were living pretty libertarian naturally.
Yeah, that's trading cultures right there. We're merchants, man. People don't get this shit. Like I think that's why Puerto Ricans have had such a hard time, and this is why the independence movement went on for so long, because it was like a good 30, 40 years. I mean, that's a couple generations of people still saying fuck you.
Yeah,
that's a lot longer than you find in most places. And then they put everybody on welfare because what they do, they seize land. This happened to my grandmother's family.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason they left, the government started seizing up land that was privately held and forcing people into the cities off of the farms. And so, I mean, when people no longer have farm land, they're no longer sawmen because these people are growing their own food. They don't have to report fucking shit to the government. They live in a trading culture. Fuck you, And so what does the government do? They're like, well, we got to get them off the farms.
Yeah.
So they impoverished everybody, put them in the cities, put them on welfare, and now you got the problems you have now because now there's no work on the fucking island unless it's for the pharmaceuticals companies, or you go there in the military.
Well, yeah, which those pharmaceutical companies left the island. Because of I mean, Puerto Rico's still I believe $74 billion in debt. In fact, $434 million is due this May. And it's like this government, they don't want to help. They don't want to help. They don't want to. They're like, oh, we're not going to bail out Puerto Rico.
Well, also because there's a stipulation there if you look into it. When the IRS moved its headquarters to Puerto Rico, it absolves them of pretty much most scrutiny. So there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of stuff going on under the surface there. If you guys look it up. But yeah, it's fascinating because once the IRS moved there, there's certain stipulations that they put. I can't remember. My brain's not working right. I haven't feeling well the last couple of days. There's stipulations they put in there where they basically said the island cannot or will not be bailed out, but it has something to do with auditing and something with the IRS. So you can kind of deduce why that would be, which I suggest you guys go look it up. I was reading about it the other day, but I don't want to misquote. I don't want to use the wrong details. So
right. Victor says Puerto Rico was the original Agenda 21.
Yeah, pretty much. Absolutely. Because they when they moved everybody off the farms, my grandmother grew up on a tobacco farm. And they had all kinds of people living there. And a lot of them had been slaves that were liberated. Like, that we have that in my grandmother's family. But everybody fucking coexisted on the island. Like, once slavery was over, everything just kind of naturally had a symbiosis. And so, you know, that's part of our mentality. This is something that doesn't make sense to Puerto Rican people once they're in the States, I think. Because, you know, they had a different form of slavery in the States, too. And they didn't have a trade now. Like, you know, you look at, like, most of the Southerners, these are people who are, like, shipping company owners, a lot of Dutch that moved in and brought a bunch of slaves. And it's a different fucking mentality than what happened on the island. Where you have pirates who said, hey, fuck it, let's settle down here. We're going to buy some land. And people just kind of intermarried over time.
Right.
And
I mean, there is racism on the island between the light-skinned Puerto Ricans and the dark-skinned Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, there is, but it's not the kind of shit that, like, you see in LA. Like, for example, and I grew up in LA in the 90s when there was serious gang violence between black people and Puerto Ricans.
Well, or Mexicans?
Yeah, I'm Mexican, sorry, not Puerto Ricans. Yeah. And it was like, and they fucking hate each other. Like, hated. I mean, it was, and metal detectors and tagging and all this shit that was happening. And as a Puerto Rican, yeah, there's like a discrimination that happens, I think, between light skin and dark skin. But at the end of the day, it's not like, oh, I hate you for your race. It's more like people go, oh, you should marry a light skinned person. It's that kind of thing. And I think it's a weird holdover from the days of slavery, but it's not it's like when you see it in LA, or you did in the 90s, it's not that anymore. Then you see like what the real fucking racism between like Latinos and Mexicans and blacks.
I see. Babyface for Life, he or she asked, should Puerto Rico be the 51st state?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, as long as the IRS is there, I think that they put the IRS in the Commonwealth for a fucking reason. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's their agenda. I think that's part of the reason that they won't give Puerto Rico statehood.
Yeah. I mean, as a libertarian, hell no. I mean, yeah, hell no. We should be independent. I believe that we could build up an industry there that would support Puerto Rico. But I mean, the thing is, like, the whole culture of taking entitlements has to change. Like, I'm all for, like, let's say you retire and you saved up your money and you want to move to Puerto Rico because it's cheaper to live out there, you know, yeah, boom, I have no problem. But what's happened is that they kill the economy, they killed any type of industry or job market there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that it's being done by design. It's like any educated Puerto Rican has to leave the island in order to get work. I mean, that's why there's a shortage of doctors and other types of professionals, because in order for them to, like, be able to fucking eat, they gotta move to either Chicago, New York, or wherever just to, you know, just to be able to find a job. And it's sad. It's killing. It's basically what's going on in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Except I don't think there's a birth rate problem. It's more of that they're making it so our best and brightest they're stealing our best and our brightest.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, it ends up being a necessity. But most of my family, like, some of my family, that they work for customs, and they send their kids, they spend extra money to send their kids to the American school to make sure the kids speak English. Because that's the other thing that people don't realize is in Puerto Rico, you hear there's this entitlement culture, but they're not teaching fluent English in schools, but they're American citizens. So, you know, if you speak nothing but fluent Spanish because you're from a poor home, you don't learn English in school fluently from early grades, then you're not going to be able to work anywhere. So Puerto Ricans move to the mainland, and unless you've been well educated, which means you have a decent family, it's really hard to fucking work. And you can't go to Latin America because you're not a citizen of those countries. So it's like, I think Puerto Ricans are between a rock and a hard place on that. I think that one of the big things they need to start doing is teaching English in the schools again. Because when after they pulled that, it's been fucked. And most of my family has moved off the island or had to move off. Last time I was there, everybody I met in Old San Juan was from New York. There are people who'd moved back to Puerto Rico from New York to get jobs in industry, which sucks for the locals because now or in hospitality, because now you have people who are not even from the island taking to work because they're bilingual.
Yeah.
So
it actually reminds me of this song. It's an old Spanish song. It's called En Mi Viejo San Juan. And it's basically about this guy. He had to move off the island, and he yearns to come back. But the thing is, time passes. Time goes so fast that he's busy working, and he misses. He always promised to come back, but he when he finally does, he's a very, very old man. And I think there should be like a, how the Jews, they have a kibbutz, a program to like go to the motherland, and I think there should be a program for Puerto Ricans, like, to go back to their motherland and learn their culture, because our culture is dying. It's dying. I mean, they're
absolutely.
And I believe it's being done by design.
Yeah, well, and the core of it is gone. I mean, our culture is a trading culture. We were not owned, slaves of Spain, like most of Latin America, where they were fucking forced by the Spaniards. Here's the system. That's not our culture. Our people came and went. We had so many languages, so much culture, so much music, and all this stuff was just a true. I mean, when they talk about a melting pot, like that's actually what we were. And now that kind of economy is gone from the island, it's stagnant. And so our influx now is from New York. And I noticed it when I was in Puerto Rico the last time. I was like, fuck, like parts of downtown Catalina look like New York. And I'm like, this is different than when I was here as a kid. It's you can see New York bleeding back into the island versus the other way.
Yeah, I mean, they even got a subway they even got a subway line there now.
Yeah, it's just like, because people move back there from New York and they want certain things, but even like the way trash is handled, like big black bags on the street, it's just like New York. And the culture's changed. There's more drugs there compared. When I was a kid, it was really safe.
It's the Dominicans. It's the damn Dominicans coming into the island. No, let me stop.
Nah. Well, and that's there is that. I mean, it makes sense that local people from different islands would go to Puerto Rico first, because if you're from Haiti or you're from Dominican Republic, you're going to have an easier time assimilating into Puerto Rico. But a lot of it is just, it's poverty. They brought poverty to the island. Puerto Rico is a vibrant culture because people were movers and shakers, and there were buyers and sellers, and people come and go, and now that doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. I don't think they have any interest in fixing it.
Well, no, they won't let us fix it, but there's still something like that. I mean, you got the coquille salesperson walking up and down the block.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, like, honestly, we still have that type of culture. Like, look every Christmas, who's like, you got some abuelas selling pasteles and coquito.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I know a lot of Puerto Rican women in my life. That's how they make some extra bones on the side. They get you can't get fucking banana leaves.
I know.
Like, how the fuck, like, they're using wax paper, but you can't get fucking banana leaves?
No, they can't get them anymore. And that's the thing. Like, when I was a kid, when you go through Puerto Rico, there was like tons of sugarcane farms still, right? And my family, I mean, they had a tobacco farm, and that shit sold, man. It was cash crops, and I think now, it's really, but that's government intervention. That's the thing where, like, we didn't live under that before. If you wanted to buy and sell and whatever sugarcane, that's just how that was. Now there's just regulation. regulation about banana leaves. There's regulation about who buys and sells food.
Screw it, Mercedes. Let's go to Puerto Rico, and me and you, we start a colony.
I started calling.
We'll
sure we get shut down.
Yeah, we should
get shut down as far because it's so much more regulated there than when I was a kid. And I gotta say that the crime's gotten worse too. When I was downtown, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, it's better than last time I was there. It's been a few years since I was there, but I was in downtown all night. Like fucking heroin addicts and people on bath salts. Like you didn't used to see that in some of the areas, and it's still nice when you get outside the city. But even like downtown San Juan, it used to have more of a flavor, and now it's just like a tourist destination for cruise ships.
That's sad.
It is.
Yeah, I remember when I was young, I went with my dad to Old San Juan, and then we walked through his old neighborhood of San Dulce.
Oh, nice.
So it's it's a certain like I'm really meaning to go back because I believe I kind of need a recharge, and that's the only place where I'll probably get the type of energy that will only exist there for me if I'm making any type of sense.
No, yeah, no, totally, because it is. There's something that's recharging about going to the island, and it kind of resets your spiritual self, I think. And I think that's what's so toxic. I think that's where a lot of Puerto Ricans are moving back there from New York, because New York is so not like Puerto Ricans brought their culture to New York, but now unfortunately New York is going back to the island, and it's I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, you got all these loud ass New Yorkers coming back, like coño, just pissing off all the old people. Like, tú no eres puertorriqueño, tú eres nuyoriqueño, coño. ¿Qué lo que hay?
Oh my God, you sound like my abuela. It's funny.
What happened?
No, you sound like my abuelita. Because they moved back there when they were this was years ago. This was like in the 80s and 90s or 80s. Like when my abuelita got sick, they decided to move back to Puerto Rico, and they were unhappy with it at that time. So, take of that what you will. I mean, it's always like that too. The old people don't like change. But I mean, seriously, like when I was in parts of Catalina, it looked like New York.
Oh man. Well,
it's still wonderful. It's still a wonderful place.
Yeah, I mean, look. Hopefully, there's a way that we come back to it. I mean, it's. Ugh.
We need to go rogue. We need to go rogue again.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back. Let's go back and just get naked.
But see, that's the thing. You could do that in Puerto Rico. Like people don't. That's the one thing that people don't understand about the Puerto Rican culture. Like people might as well be fucking on the beach half the time. Ain't nobody looking. You can do whatever the hell you want there if you're like local. You could go. You could do whatever. It's just that the the government regulation has changed the industry. The economics are fucked.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some sun on these huevos, man. Probably help me out. Get some color on my huevos, man.
Man, you're just leveling up on all the Rican shit tonight.
Yeah, no, I like shoot. I'm flexing hard, I'm taking these classes. I'm sure as fuck gonna use it.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Impressive enough for you to date a gordito like me? Nah.
Well, we gotta go. We gotta go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I'll build us a shack.
I've always wanted a shack.
A shack. With a tin roof. Like we'll create a campo there, man.
I mean, you know what? That's not a bad life, actually. Look at something like when you drive on the island, you're like, you know what? That's looking pretty good right about now. Fuck it.
Yeah. At this point, hey, if I make it big as a comic, I'm getting me a house there, and
oh yeah,
I'll probably move my father there because he'll be like, yo, I wanna be in Puerto Rico. He'll be happy over there.
Oh yeah. Well, it's such a great place to retire. I don't even know, like, that's part of the reason my family left New York is my grandfather just thought it was way too cold. He's like, fuck this. And so that's why they ended up in LA.
Yeah, Mildred's like, I'll pass on getting some sun. I'd melt. You know, that's how I am when it's a hot summer. You see all these white, I like rub my hands like Birdman, like, yes, the white people are melting. Good. Good.
It takes a little bit to get used to, though.
And why am I rubbing my hand? Hell, let me turn on the camera. Let me turn my camera just so you can see. Good. Yes. Hey, look, I'm not naked. Good. So.
That's awesome.
So. Oh man. What else we got? Oh, so Trump. How do you think Trump's doing?
I think he's doing good. I'm actually really happy with him.
I at my job, man, there was this lady that she, like, the thing that pisses me off is, like, when you say I voted for Trump, they immediately have these assumptions. Have you ever, like, in the porn world, you know, you're probably well known for your for your political views. Have you gotten any shit from anybody?
No, because nobody can say shit because look, like every fucking person I've heard you're racist thing about Trump from is a white person.
Yeah.
And I was reading this article the other day, and they were saying that Latinos, even in LA, came out harder for Trump than they did for any other Republican ever. So, like, huge, like, way greater. So the whole, like, thing, it comes from a lot of white people saying, like, oh, you're racist, blah, 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 and I'm not a racist, and they're virtue signaling. But the numbers, it's an inconvenient truth for them that a lot of Latinos were very pro-Trump, and a lot of Hispanics were too, because we're the ones who get most affected and most displaced by these shit policies. It's the working classes, it's the Latinos. It's not fucking white people, wealthy white people of Malibu who are really affected by this.
So Lisa Ann wasn't giving you any shit?
No, nobody's giving me shit about it.
Oh, wow.
I was very on the fence with Trump, but I'm happy with what he's doing. I think he's been doing a fucking good job. I mean, I would have preferred to see something like Mattis, but that's just my own personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you like military guys, so.
Well, but it's great because he's put so many of them in office or in different offices that it's been very. It's good to see. It's good to see that he's actually listening to the right people. Because there's no way they're going to wrap up this war on terror unless they get some experts in there.
Right.
And this shit's been going on way too long.
Well,
everybody's like, oh, Obama did a great job. I'm like, did you notice what the fuck's been happening in the Middle East for the last 8 years? Are you fucking? Do you want
to end radical Muslim terrorism? You want to win this war on terror? Do one simple thing: shut down the CIA. They're the ones funding ISIS and Al Qaeda, and they're the ones that I think they're the ones that were behind 9/11. So it's.
Well, I mean, whatever the case is, it seems like they definitely don't have an interest in ending it, and the CIA was very, very pro Clinton, and I think. You're seeing all the different factions in Washington interfight, and it's interesting to see wherever the lines are drawn. It gives you an insight as to what's happening behind closed doors. But either way, I mean, this war on terror is forcing a lot of very young, talented soldiers to lose their lives. I think that I got a lot of family in the military, a lot of Ricans are in the military. That's the thing too. People don't. Like a lot of the people go to the military now, they're the Hispanic kids, Latino kids. So we are disproportionately represented in a lot of these things because people grow up in poverty. And then rich white people are just shocked. We don't want more free trade, and we don't want our cousins and our family members going to some bullshit war and dying over there.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky enough to get my cousins back fairly unharmed. I got one cousin who suffered from PTSD for a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, but we personally experienced that with our families, and like a lot of these people who have this, who are these uppity, wealthy people who are very pro-Clinton. I'm like, yeah, you've got no family in the military. You're wealthy people, and you're not affected disproportionately by these economic policies. And we can all look to Bill Clinton,
right,
for a lot of this shit that's happened with the economy in the last 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
Hey, let's put his wife in.
Yeah, I mean, two things. What do you think of Rachel Maddow falling on her face last week?
I think it's hilarious, and I have to think Trump was behind it.
It's like, oh, and yes, we got some breaking news. Remember, we finally got Trump's tax. Oh, he paid taxes. Oh, more taxes than all of us combined. Shit.
Oh. You gotta think it was like his son or something that leaked him. It's hilarious.
Which, honestly, I mean, she could face, from what I'm hearing, she could face up to 10 years in prison for doing that. But of course, she won't get prosecuted because, I mean, whoever, like they're actively fighting against Trump. They're not following orders. It's like they really, they don't want him. Like they're afraid if he pulls that one thread, it's gonna get the whole thing going. It's gonna shrivel up the whole thing. The whole system. This whole corrupt system will come getting torn asunder.
I think a lot of I don't think a lot of them have understood what the real implications. And this is why I said if you look at what the lines are drawn, you can kind of see who's infighting, and it's kind of scary to see to have it so exposed. To say this is the government we've been dealing with for like the last couple generations, probably since Eisenhower warned about the military-industrial complex. This has been going on. So what do we do now?
Yeah, Victor says the tax return had a stamp on it that said "client copy." So they could have came from Trump's accountant. Oh, we're gonna get him. Like, honestly, I wonder if more tax returns will get leaked, and it'll just consistently show he paid his taxes, because that was always the one thing they try to get him on. Like, he doesn't pay taxes just because he's like, oh, it'll make me smart if I didn't pay taxes. And like, the one thing that a lot of people were like, they couldn't just let it be that he paid taxes, that he paid like his fair share. They're mad that he took a deduction. Now, that's what I hear. Oh, well, he took a deduction. Yeah, wouldn't you? I took a deduction in my taxes. I took my student loan deduction. You took your regular deduction, didn't you? It's like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Oh, he took a deduction. So fucking what? He took a deduction. It's legal.
It's they're literally grasping at straws at this point. I have to go. I told you that. I got 2 minutes. I gotta go.
Oh.
It's been so much fun, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome back. I mean, you wanted to make a monthly thing, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it monthly.
Yay! So yeah,
yay. Oh, hey.
So where's your latest scene? What do you want to promote?
I don't know. You guys can just visit me on Twitter. I'm doing my veteran thing, so you guys just stay with me on Twitter, and
also on Gab.
On Gab, yeah, I'm hardly on there though. So just connect with me on Twitter, or you send me hate mail. Mercedes CAXXX.
So yeah, hit up the Mercedes XXX on the Twitter, or the Mercedes on the Gab. Get it pumping on the Gab in case they want to fuck with her and shut down her Twitter like they did the gay boy.
Oh yeah, I'd like to do with Milo.
Yeah, poor Milo.
Yeah,
so yeah, like to thank Mercedes for coming on. Love you lots.
Love you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. You know I'm a sucker for you.
I'm a sucker for you too.
Oh, you better.
All right, bye.
Bye. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for listening. I give a big shout out to Apocalypse, Mildred, Babyface, also Victor Thanks for listening. You guys can follow me on Twitter at LouisB1. That's also on Gab, LouisB1. I'm on Gab a lot, so you can also look up the show on iTunes. Subscribe to iTunes. Just search for the Crotch Shot Radio Show. We're on iTunes, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and of course Spreaker. Tell your friends about it. And as always, from my house to your house. Mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.